full of water and fiber, it will wilt a little bit, okay, and it will keep into this pot. Okay, all right. Without much ado, I have actually heated up a little bit of oil. It looks very little but you really don't need much. Okay, and without much ado, just going to sprinkle a little bit of my fennel seeds. Okay, this gives it a little bit of, it gives it a great flavor, right? It builds a great flavor with the vegetable, which almost tastes bland, right? And we let this roast in the oil a little bit, okay? We let it roast in the oil a little bit, okay? Then we put in our small onions, which we have sliced up, okay? Right? And we let it fry, saute until it is soft and fragrant. In the meantime, we're adding a little bit of turmeric. That's about a teaspoon of it, not too much. Yeah. Let's stir this. Okay. We have some beautiful golden hue in my pot. Okay. Food looks really exciting in this pot, which is grayish black, right? And it's a thoroughly non-stick cookware, my absolute favorite. I can use it on my stove, on my induction cooker, and also in my oven. Okay, sans the cover, which is a glass cover. Yeah, with a very pretty handle. Some would say it's an ergonomic handle. It's a very pretty one. Okay. We let this cook or saute until it is soft and fragrant. You see that it is softened, okay, and the oil has risen out of the onion, okay, which tells me that it is already cooked. And now I'm going to add in the loofah. I'm using my favorite tower bowls. Okay. There you go. It's a nice fit, right? And before I stir it all in, I'm just going to put a little bit of salt in. Okay. And we're going to stir this. This is a great dish for working women, okay, when you need your greens at home and you need it quick, okay, and I think it would become a fast favorite of even children because it is very nourishing. The reason I cook a lot of it is because I actually can eat this without any carbs, especially rice, but it really goes on very well with rice. Slide off the pot, okay. You can hear the sizzling sound. You know that the pot is really heated up very well. So this is a pot that keeps the heat at the bottom of the pot, okay. So the food is cooked balancedly and all around, okay. And I'm going to add my coconut milk, not too much of it, not much here. Let's add a little bit more, okay. And I'll add a little bit of water. You don't need too much of water because as we're cooking it, the vegetable will come up with a bit of water, okay? Just enough to cover it up a little bit, yeah? Let's give it a stir so it's all well mixed. chili in there. Right? Keeping the bowl for the next ingredient. And this is my Black Series casserole pot cover. As I told you, it's a very pretty little thing with a beautiful handle. Right? And I'm just going to cover my pot and let it cook for about a minute and a half. Right? In the meantime, there is the last ingredient that I'm going to add. It is eggs, right? I have a lot, so I'm going to use 4 eggs. Okay. There we go. 1. 2. 3. There you go. Right? Let us wait for the vegetable to be cooked. I'm just going to get my fork. It's boiling. Yeah. This is actually one of my favorite dishes, especially when I'm feeling poor, a little under the weather, and I still have to cook. This would be my go-to vegetable. It is also very good with elderly people. I'm actually cooking a portion for my father tonight, along with some fish that I've steamed for him. Yeah, I know one is a Chinese dish and one is an Indian dish, but coming from a home of 2 races, well, we do that a lot. And coming back to my loofah cooked in coconut milk, and we will be putting in the eggs at the end of it. This is a dish that I've grown up with. It's a comfort food for me. It's also a comfort food for my dad. And surprisingly, I cooked it about 5 weeks before my mother passed on. And it was then she called me and said that you won't believe this, but I think you cooked that dish exactly like your grandmother did. And you know, it's been over 30 years, and 40 years, and I've never ever tasted it until you cooked it that way. So I was shocked because I met my grandmother when I was 2 years old, and I could never recall or remember the food that she cooked. So I'm glad that I'm now, being able to make dishes the way my grandmother did. The other dish was, of course, a dish that I made from my husband's homestay, Kelantan. It's gulai, gulai darat, okay, which I am going to make in a week or so, and I promise that I will record it. Yeah. Okay. Our vegetable seems to have boiled for a minute or so. Okay, and you can see that you don't want it overcooked because it's not going to be tasty. Okay, and alright, here it goes. And now what I'm going to do is, alright, if you can see that we didn't add too much of coconut milk and water just now, so it's just nice. And once I add the egg, it's going to thicken the gravy. Okay, you don't need to beat it up. Okay, it's just to mix it up a bit. Alright, and this is what you do. Right, you just pour, stir, and you pour, you stir, and you pour, and you stir. If it's anything by Asian cooks, we never leave anything in the bowl, so we'll put a little bit of the gravy back in and we'll take it out. We are prudent. Okay. Okay, and here it goes. And I'm not going to over mix it because I want some people to get some egg. Okay. As you can see, the gravy has already thickened. Okay. All right. There you go. It's done. And that is my loofah cooked in coconut milk with egg. Okay. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me again in my next video. Alright, and I'll show you more of my comfort foods and favorite foods as we go along. Thank you and have a good evening. Bye.